changing out an old bath fan light for a new bath fan light. Here I am taking out the old fan. Different fan lights come out different ways. This one has a nut and screw or bolt in the middle. Pretty easy to come out. So once I get all the guts taken out of the old fan, I normally don't take the old fan housing out until I cut for the new one, because usually the new ones are bigger. So I'll go ahead and mark the new bath fan light. This is the fan that I prefer to use. It's really nice looking, has a nice light. So I'll go ahead and match the fan with the old fan where the joist is, so I can screw to the joist. Mark it out, cut it with a vibrating saw. Just measuring here to make sure it's fairly square to the wall. So now that the hole is a little bit bigger than the old fan, I can remove the old fan fairly easy. Test the wire, make sure it's not hot. Switches are all off. Here, just unwire the old fan. Save the wire and the connector for the new fan. Here I'm going to install the new fan. I'm taking out the interior electrical box so I can slip the wire and the connector through. Also pulling out the parts. There'll be a lot of little box screws. They secure multiple things for the fan. Also prep the interior electrical box and the vent boot. Now what I'll do is wire it first, then slip the housing in. I will prep the vent because it'll slip through the fan. It's one of the nice features of this fan is you can install the fan and then pull the vent through the fan, as you'll see in a little bit, and then you can connect the boot, which screws to the side of the housing. So one of those little black screws into the top part of the electrical box where the connector goes, and the wire slips through. Slide the fan in, pull the vent through the hole, get the wires ready to be wired up. Also just doing a little trimming to make the fan sit nice and flush to the drywall. Here's the inside of the fan. There's the vent pulled through. Here's the boot. Slip that on. I generally will tape it first, then run a zip tie over it. Here's the HVAC oil tape. Alright, just going to take a big zip tie. I run the zip tie through the hole, tighten it up as much as I can with my hands. Make sure it's secured onto the boot. Then I take the zip tie tool, cinches it down, and also will cut the end off the zip tie. And that way it's nice and snug. Now I will just slip the boot in to which would be the attic, and then run a little black screw that comes with it into it. Here I am just throwing in some drywall screws to help keep the fan from sagging. The drywall screws will go through the metal of the fan and then sit on top of the drywall. So the boot will get secured. It clips on one side and then screws in on the other to make that secure for when you slip in the motor. Also looks like I didn't secure the fan yet, so I am running 2 screws into the joists. I am having a little trouble screwing this in at weird angles, but generally it's fairly easy. Next step is to wire the fan. So generally you would want to match any colors that you have that match. So in this case, the fan coming out of the ceiling is black, and the fan for the fan light is black, so you'd match those two. And then the light is red coming out of the ceiling, blue from the fan, and then you would match white to white and bare copper to green for the ground. Some fans are different, they would have different colored light wires, but generally speaking, this is the case. And then I go ahead and test the wires with my non-contact voltage tester. Flip the switch on and then off to make sure I got the correct switches, because usually your light will go before your fan, and your fan will be the last switch away from the doorway. Here, I will just put on the internal electrical box and then secure it to the housing. Here I am putting the fan motor in. It usually clips in. Screw in, a screw on each side. Plug the fan in. This is the light cover. Snap the light in. Plug the light in. Has 2 V-shape clamps that slip into the fan motor housing. Here's a better angle of the V-shaped clips that slip into the slots on the fan motor housing. This will show how you can change the color temperature on the lighting from cool to warm. Flip the switch back and forth really fast. After that, the fan is working. Now it's cleanup time. Quick drink of water, because I was thirsty, it was hot in there. shop vac. I do like to clean off the ladder. That way I don't carry the drywall dust through a finished house. It's cleaned up. Pick up the drop cloth that was on so the countertop didn't get damaged. Drop cloth down below to catch most of the insulation that fell out. Yes, I'm an electrician that sweeps. Weird. It was easier to shop vac this up than it was to sweep it up and put it in a trash can. Here is the bath exhaust fan light finished. Bathroom is all cleaned up and ready to go.